welcome back. So today's video is about my Disney bucket list. I'm predominantly looking at Disney parks or things to do with Disney travel, you know, that sort of thing. So these are the things that I would love to tick off. I just don't know if I ever will. So once again, I am sitting out in my lounge room because I am filming this at night and it just has the best lighting. My bedroom doesn't have as good of lighting, and you know, I don't have any lighting equipment. I'm sure I could like MacGyver something together, but nah, I sort of just can't be bothered. So, you know, we'll just deal with this. If you hear jingling in the background, that is probably one of my border collies. So let's get right on into it. I do just want to start off saying this video was not my idea. Definitely not the first person to do this, and I am not claiming that I am. So just want to put that out there before anybody says, heaps of people have done this. Like, I know they have. That is where I took the idea from. So you're welcome. I really liked it. I think it's a cool idea, and I just want to share my bucket list items with you all. So maybe there are some things on the list that you want to do as well, and if there is, comment down below and let me know if we have any of the same bucket list items. Anyway, let's go. I've got my phone handy with my list that I prepared earlier. So first, like every Disney Parks fan, I of course want to go to every Disney theme park. Technically, I only have 2 left, but in saying that, I didn't go to Tokyo Disney Sea. I only went to Disneyland, but I think that counts, like that's the main one. It was for one day when I was in Japan with school, so it's like I had a choice in the matter, but I'm still very grateful that I got to go. I don't remember any of it, but I was there, so I could tick that off. And the 2 I haven't done are the 2 in China, that's Shanghai and Hong Kong. I've been fortunate enough to do all the other parks, so just really want to tick those last 2 China ones off. And it's sort of like, for me, China's actually quite close. I know for a lot of other people, it's a lot further to travel. So I'll get around to it one day, just probably definitely not, you know, anytime soon. But one day, I aim to get to every single Disney theme park in the world. Bucket list number 2, I want to go on an Adventures by Disney to somewhere. If you don't know what Adventures by Disney is, it is like a tour company for anywhere in the world. They have different tours, say in Europe, in North America, in South America. I think they've even been to Egypt. They have some in Australia, some in Japan, and it's just like a tour group. But I've heard they are the most amazing tours that you can do. They are hella expensive. Like, I need to win lotto in order to do this. Some of them can be like 8 grand, and I'm talking US dollars per person. Like, it is ridiculous, but I have never ever seen someone go on one or like hear someone who's been on one who has regretted it. So like, clearly it's worth the money, but for me, I'm just like, that's like a lot of money up front. It's a bit scary, but it is something that I would love to tick off one day. Will it happen? Highly, highly, highly unlikely. But you know, I said that about becoming a DVC member too, and that somehow happened, so maybe it will. I hope it does. I don't even know what tour I would do. Probably one of the Europe ones on the river cruise. That looks like a lot of fun. Or they used to have one in New York, and when the Disney, you know, how Disney have like the Lion King on in New York, you get to go behind the stage and go meet the actors and stuff. That would be really cool. Maybe one of those. Number 3 on my list is I want to go on all the Disney Cruise Line ships. If you watch my videos, if you know, have watched them before, you would know I love cruising. I've been on about, I'm gonna say 15. I do lose track. I don't know what number I'm actually up to. And I've only been on the 1 Disney ship. That was the Disney Fantasy. So I have 3 others to go on. They're currently building 1, and I think they have like another 2 in the works after that. So I have a lot of catching up to do, but I would love to do every Disney Cruise Line ship. I think that would just be amazing as someone who enjoys cruising, and I now enjoy it for the ship and not just for the destination. I think it would just be really cool to tick all of those off. But Disney, you know, if you're watching, highly doubt it, but if you are, you know, feel free to send a ship to Australia so, you know, I can do a bit more Disney cruising. That would be really nice. And number 4, I really want to go to a D23 Expo. I want to be there in the parks panel when they announce, you know, all these cool projects happening, because obviously I'm a big Disney Parks fan. I just think that would be so much fun, and it would be so much fun just to walk around the expo floor and just see all the stalls and the people dressed up, because man, those people, the costumes are insane, and I appreciate the amount of work that goes into it. My dog just barked again. But yeah, a D23 Expo is definitely on my bucket list. One day, I really want to get to one. That would be nice. Now, these next ones, they're all gonna focus on Disney World, because if you watch my videos, you know that is where I travel to the most. So these are all the bucket list items that I wanna tick off specifically at Walt Disney World. And now all the dogs in the neighborhood are barking again. This is a fun time. No, it's not. All right, I'm hoping you just can't really hear the really annoying barking in the background, but it has been going for 10 minutes and hasn't stopped. And I'm a bit over it, so I'm gonna try and talk over the top of it. Anyway, focusing on Walt Disney World, these are my bucket list items. Number 1, this is the biggest one. This is the one that could happen. Like, it could really happen now. Back in the day, I thought there's no way this would happen, but now I'm a DVC member. It is likely it could happen, and that is stay at Disney's Polynesian Resort. It is my favorite Disney World resort, and I know a lot of people say it's their favorite, but for me, it takes me back to when I used to go to Fiji as a kid, or all the cruises that I did in the South Pacific. And it just reminds me of my childhood. You know, it's the theming, how it's actually based off all the Pacific Islands as well. For those of you, and I do know there are some people, because I've literally heard them reference it in their videos, some people think it's just a hotel based on Hawaii. It's not. It's all of like the Polynesian Islands in the South Pacific, or in the Pacific Ocean. So, you know, just in case you didn't know that, and I live in Australia, I'm right next door to all those islands, so I feel like it's almost like the closest hotel to like home, which seems weird. Why would you go all the way over there to feel then like I'm back at home? But I just love the vibe. So to me, it just takes me back to my childhood. I hate the heat, so I don't know why I like a resort that, you know, is generally something people want to do in the tropics, like sunshine, and I'm not for that. But I just love it, okay? And I also really love all the food. So I really want to stay there one day and, you know, have the Twilight Feast in my room and be able to see like Cinderella's castle from my room, because Magic Kingdom is my favorite theme park. I just think I will cry if that happens. But yeah, that's bucket list item number 1, and I think it's probably, well, the others are possible, but this is probably the most likely to happen. Bucket list item number 2, I need a ton of cash to do this, but I think it would be fun and worth it and cool to try, and that is stay club level at a Disney World resort. If you do not know what club level is, it is the same room as so if it's a standard room at the beach club, you get 2 queen beds in there. It's generally up higher or in its own little section of the resort, and then what you get is you get this club, like a lounge, a club level lounge, and they serve a whole heap of food in there, whole heap of drinks. It is all free. I'm doing free like that. You paid for it because you paid for club level, but it just seems like a lot of fun. I reckon the amount of food you would get in there, you almost wouldn't even need to go to a restaurant, but it's just something I'd like to do. And some of the club level areas look really cool. One at the Polynesian looks like a lot of fun. The one at the Boardwalk I thought looked really cool. And also I've seen the one at the Grand Floridian, and that one looks really nice as well. I've never imagined myself staying at the Grand Floridian, but you know, who knows? So that is something I want to do. I want to stay club level at a Disney World resort. Number 3, this is definitely something that could happen. I could have done it by now, I just haven't. And that is do a behind the scenes tour of something at Walt Disney World. We were actually gonna do one this year. It makes me so sad to think of all the things I was gonna do this year. I'm sure we can all, you know, bond over the things we've missed in 2020. But one of the things we wanted to do was, it was a Christmas lights tour. I think it was called D-Lights tour, and it was like behind the scenes of all the Christmas stuff, and they talked about the Christmas stuff. You can tell I love Christmas, and we were very excited. But I also want to do the one at Magic Kingdom. I don't know the name, I'm really bad with names, but you go through the utilidors and stuff underneath Magic Kingdom, and it's just like it's a whole thing. I've never heard anyone say it's bad, and as somebody who loves the parks and the history of the parks, I think it is something I would really enjoy. Another tour we actually found, which was only for DVC members, and it's a Soarin' tour. You can sign up, it's free for DVC members. This is something else we were gonna try this year. Yeah, there is a behind the scenes Soarin' tour, well, they used to be at least, that you could do, and they would show you like Soarin' with all the lights on and show you how it worked. And I don't think it was a long tour, but it just looked like fun. So I want to do more of that, but the big one is I want to do the one in Magic Kingdom. Oh, and the Christmas one, like, hello, looking at Christmas lights? Yes, please. Number 4, I want to rent one of those boats, mainly over near like the Grand Floridian, the Polynesian, because I don't really know if I'd enjoy it so much at the beach club, but I want to rent a boat and just drive around the lake, like Seven Seas Lagoon, just drive it in my boat. It just looks like fun. It is something that is I can easily accomplish. Like, it's actually not that badly priced to rent a boat. We just have never done it because I guess we're so, you know, we gotta do the parks, we gotta do this. So it's just something we, like me and my sister, both really want to do. So hopefully we'll get to do it eventually soon. I just think it'd be heaps of fun, and to go slow and to stop and to, like, you know, get sort of close to Discovery Island and all that sort of stuff. I don't know, it just seems like fun. And the crazy thing is, like, you don't need a boat license over there to drive a boat. Like, I can drive a boat, my sister could drive a boat. I think you just have to be over 18. Don't quote me on that, but I'm fairly sure when I looked it up, that was like the only stipulation. In Australia, you need a boat license to drive a boat. So that's why I was like, oh my God, I can actually drive. Will I be terrified doing it? Yes, but it'll be a fun time. It would be an experience. So that is something else I really want to do. Number 5 is I want to do a VIP tour. Now, this is something that is also very expensive, but I just think it would be really cool to do a VIP tour and to have somebody who pretty much just walks you on to every single ride. They obviously are very knowledgeable as well, and they tell you cool things. And they pretty much just help your day. Like, I think you book them by the hour, or you can book them for half a day. I'm not quite sure how it works, but I've seen people do it and they all say it's amazing. You can easily park hop in a VIP tour, and they easily get you from park to park. It looks like an experience that I really, really want to try. I think it is a fantastic thing if, you know, you have a big group. I think you can have up to 10 people and you each just pay a bit. I think it'll be a great way to get on a whole heap of rides and have like a real personal experience at Disney World. So it's just something I want to try, something that's going to tick off the old bucket list. And number 6, this is the last thing on my bucket list that I could think of. I'm sure there are other things I could think of, but this is all I came to at this moment. So the last thing I want to do is I really want to stay at a cabin at Fort Wilderness during Christmas. It doesn't have to be Christmas Day specifically. I just want to be there during December when other people have lights up. I would love to put lights up and do my own lights display. It'd be like, you know, it'd be like being at home but you're not, and everybody does their lights, and it would just be so magical. And you can join in the little golf buggy Christmas. Oh, sorry, that was my phone. And yes, that was the Star Wars sound on the Star Wars ride that I can't actually do. But yeah, just being there at Christmas, just be so much fun. It would just bring me so much joy. And if you're like, why haven't you done that? I think it gets up to $800 a night US for one of those cabins around that time of year. So not cheap. I'll need money to do it. but it's just something I want to do, and get a golf buggy and decorate it and then just drive it around Fort Wilderness, you know, with all my other Fort Wilderness friends. It just seems like a whole lot of fun. And just imagine going Christmas light looking, you know, in your little golf buggy while you're on holiday. If you really, really couldn't tell, I do love Christmas. In case you couldn't figure that out. I do. So that is my Disney bucket list. Let me know below, was there anything that was the same or different? Or just let me know what your bucket list things are, what things you want to tick off. I would love to tick all these things off. I don't think that's gonna happen, but a girl can save and she can make it happen, and that it could be possible. I can do it. Positive thinking. I can do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel for more Disney content and just other random life content. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video, whenever that is, sometime in the near future. Bye.